Welcome to another edition of One Take Only. I'm George Phillips with OilPressure.com. This is my good friend John McClellan. And John, it has been a long time.
It's been too long, George, and I've missed it. And there isn't anything better to do for me in my book than to come talk about IndyCar racing and be a part of it.
And the last time we were together, of course we've seen each other since then, but the last time we were together here was at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We were there for a qualifying weekend and my wedding weekend, but now lots happened. Back in Nashville, I have moved, new digs, got a pool there now.
A new studio, new set.
My dog's over there, but anyway, lots happened in the IndyCar world too, and we had a slew of oval races. I think Justin Wilson surprised everybody with the Texas win, and then Ryan Hunter-Reay has just gone on a tear.
Yes, he has.
And in his honor, I support the IndyCar sponsors. I support the sponsors that support IndyCar. I drink Sundrop now.
It's just wonderful. I'm proud of you, George.
And Ryan Hunter-Reay is leading the points, and so in his honor, I am drinking a Sundrop.
I'm going to send something DHL, okay? Ryan?
Good for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, I am surprised. I'm not surprised, but I knew Ryan Hunter-Reay was going to do real well this year, but I didn't see 3 straight wins being cut out real quick like that.
No, and
I thought Will Power would be a little bit, more into it, might have taken a race, but I'm really happy to see it because, as you well know, I am an RHR guy.
You are,
and I like Hinch.
I mean,
those are my 2 guys.
Even back when Hunter-Reay was driving the ethanol car for Rahal, you were in his corner, and of course, you know me, I've always been an Elio fan. Elio and TK are probably my 2 favorite drivers in the series.
Oh, you got to like both those guys.
Yeah,
but it's really fun to see a kid grow up and mature and really develop into a champion caliber driver.
Yeah, and of course, we're both old enough that we remember when Elio was a kid, and now Elio's considered an old man, and we're still around. So
his first 500 win.
When he was an IRL interloper.
That's right.
But it's been good to see Elio really kind of put it all together this year. Personally, I'm pulling for him to win the championship. I know you're pulling for Hunter-Reay, so this will be interesting. Probably be Will Power, though, sneak up and bite them both.
Watch out for Will Power. He's still there.
Yeah, and 3 out of the 4 races left are road courses, and then we got that 500-miler at the end of the season.
Right.
Of course, since we got together, we lost the China race.
I don't care.
Not a huge surprise. Well, the only reason I do care is it was going to be about $10 million in the IndyCar wallet. So the series has taken a big hit financially because of this. I don't think anybody racing-wise was really excited about going over to China and watching them race around some town in China that nobody's ever heard of.
Right, and we'd have to get up at like 3 in the morning to watch the race.
Yeah, I know.
If we wanted to watch it live.
So, but it was a financial blow. Then there was some talk that they were going to try to come up with a last-minute thing. I thought that the Road America scenario made the most sense since there was already an ALMS race there that weekend. But for whatever reason, that didn't take place. But other than that, I think they did the right thing and not trying to throw another race together at the last minute at Phoenix.
Right.
Or I know you're crowing to have one here in Nashville.
Yeah, rent the track. That's what I said.
But I think that they probably did the right thing because if it didn't come off well, it'd just be another black eye.
Right.
So that's been going on, but
lots of discussions going on the internet too about IndyCar and some of the things that I've seen some notable bloggers blog about.
I think you mean me. And the other day, I guess it was Monday, I posted an article. It was a rhetorical question. And I'm afraid that some people, I don't think you misconstrued, but a lot of people misconstrued it that I was actually advocating that IndyCar regulars step down into Indy Lights and run some of their races. No, but I've got a coworker who you know too.
I know Randy, right?
You know Randy.
Randy. All right.
And Randy did pose a question that I really didn't have a good answer for. Why don't they do it like the Nationwide Series? And so I kind of threw it out as a rhetorical question.
Because you needed some aid on that.
Yes.
Randy, you should have asked me. I'd have an answer for you.
But anyway, You didn't like the fact that for 2 weeks or 2 posts in a row I was writing about NASCAR. But
well, we're an IndyCar site, you know. We do IndyCar.
Well,
and
right. It was Brickyard Weekend.
Yeah, it was Brickyard Weekend.
And I wrote about, is the Brickyard blasphemous? But,
no, it's not. I'm going to tell you, I enjoyed seeing IMS on TV. Now, with that being said, George, I'm surprised that Danica, right there at Indianapolis, didn't draw more people over there.
I don't know if I was surprised or not. I mean,
I thought that
the Nationwide series,
big deal.
The Nationwide series always drew a good crowd at IRP or whatever it's called now.
Right.
But I was shocked at the amount of silver seats that I saw on Saturday
and Sunday.
Sunday wasn't great. I don't think Sunday was as good as last year, and last year was bad. Last year was embarrassing.
You know, for a tough race like that, which it is a tough race.
Yeah.
For any series in NASCAR, it's a tough race. Why the fans aren't coming out for it, it's beyond me. And I saw the race, and it was a pretty good race. And I was really proud of you, Sam Hornish. You did good. You know, good. You're having a good time up there.
And I'm sure Sam's watching. But
maybe.
But it was a decent race. But the thing that bothers me, and I completely lost my train of thought.
But we're talking about Nationwide at Indianapolis, and
I don't know. When I got snarky with you,
well, let me tell you what. I'm going to say this, George. It was a great column. I thoroughly enjoyed the column. Wonderful, wonderful blog there, and I thought the question it stood out, and I think that the points made being that scheduling, also the fact that. You don't want to be driving a race car, and you know, here you are, you're Elio or you're Ryan Hunter-Reay or one of the big guys, and then you know you're pulling up against the Indy Lights guys. You know, you're going 160 miles per hour. You can't do that.
No, and actually, a driver who will remain nameless emailed me. And told me, just laid out a bunch of good points, and the main point that this driver said was that with the scheduling, with running just a couple of hours before the IndyCar race, there's just no way you could do it physically. I mean, the Indy Lights cars are physical cars to drive, unlike the Nationwide cars. And this driver just said that you'd be spent, and you're not as refreshed as those drivers that didn't run. So immediately you're at a disadvantage. Plus, there's so much time debriefing with your engineer,
right.
And so it's just and I knew it would never happen, but
well, George, you know, if you think about it though, listen, another point would be that the Nationwide series on its own doesn't look to be very successful. You lost 2 races here in Nashville,
because the track closed.
Well, no, the track closed because they weren't making any money.
Well,
if those races were full, don't you think that? Okay, well, regardless,
that track still, is mismanaged.
But okay, the track. But there was still a lot of empty seats at those Nationwide races,
which there were not at the IndyCar race.
That's right. Now the thing is that they say, oh, we need the bushwhackers, which is what they used to be called when it was Bush. Yeah, bushwhackers. You need the bushwhackers there to draw the people. Well, the people they're not drawing anybody. You know, and they're thinking, well, Danica's there. Well, Danica is not drawing. Matter of fact, Danica, she got in a pissy fit and wrecked into Reed Sorensen, and that's the gospel.
Yep.
And I think the world of Tony Eury Jr. and he was correct in saying we're hauling this car out of here. And that's what you get. We're not going to repair it to push it back out there.
He said that's what we do when you do stupid things on the track.
Right.
Getting back to the success or the lack of success of the weekend, the point I was going to make was, and I have said over and over and over that they will never ever put lights at IMS. Saw an article in the Indianapolis Business Journal last week where Jeff Belskis is actually seriously considering possibly putting lights up at IMS. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's good. And here's why too. First off, that money could be better spent on accommodations there.
Millions.
Yeah.
to do that.
It could be spent better on the infrastructure.
And the reason why the Holman family was always against that was they don't want to be turning, you know, 250,000 people out into that neighborhood at 11, 12 o'clock at night. But
why
anyway,
would you want to go to a night race in Indianapolis anyway?
Well, I go to a race anytime in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I would too. But you know, at the Indianapolis 500, it's a daytime. It starts at 11 anyway.
Moving on.
Okay.
By the way, I love this car. If you can't see it, this is the fuel injection special Bill Vukovich, which is probably tied with a couple of other cars, but it's one of my top favorite cars ever at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
That and Wilbur Shaw's car, I think these two cars were the workhorse cars there at Indianapolis.
Between those two cars, you got 4 wins.
Well, and not only that too, this car was about ready to get and both those two cars were on their way to getting extra wins, which would have been
Correct.
3.
Yeah.
They were leading and lapping people. The only other car that is right up there is the Balon Special. 2 different drivers won it 2 years in a row. Jimmy Bryan.
And just looks-wise, there's only one once, but looks-wise, I still like Old Calhoun.
Oh, Old Calhoun's. That's one of my favorite cars too. It's an icon, and it was wonderful to see it run this past year with Parnelli Jones running it. Hey, by the way, I read your column yesterday about the TV coverage.
Oh yeah.
Good article. I enjoyed it, and there's many points about it that I agree with, and
Yeah,
the ABC bringing our guys over. That's great.
I think it's best of both worlds. It's going to be
too.
really interesting to see how that comes off with the NBC guys doing the race at Mid-Ohio this weekend on ABC. So, but, you know, kind of threw a little historical thing in there, which I like doing. But, you know, I'm guilty of it too, but we all rag on ABC and ESPN on the job they do. But if you hadn't read the article, go back and read it, and then go back to YouTube and check out some of those races from the 70s and 80s. There's a race from Trenton on there, the 78 Trenton race, I think, on YouTube. It's terrible. So it's just terrible coverage. So go back and watch it. Then you'll appreciate what the ABC guys do. But anyway, go ahead.
One more point about that is that I am savoring every moment that we've got with Bob Jenkins this year.
Good point.
What I grew up listening to Bob, and those old videos of Indy 500 specials and stuff that he did.
Yeah, the
fantastic.
Brickyard. Well, I forget, moments from the Speedway or something like that.
Whatever.
He and Larry Newber, they did those. They were
wonderful.
Yeah, they're good.
Bob Jenkins is a guy that I'm going to miss him terribly, but man, for him to be a part of my life as a
Bob Jenkins is to auto racing what I think Vern Lundquist is to college football. I mean, just, you know, sometimes makes a gap here and there, but you love listening to him. So, well, John, we've wrapped up here. It's our first show here at the new place.
Oh, I love it. I want to come back for more.
It's hot out here, and of course I'm refreshed because I'm drinking the Sun Drop, but you chose not to take one. So,
well, you know, I drink water, and I'm always refreshed. And the only thing is, this cotton shirt is it's hanging all over.
No,
me.
it's just hot today.
Next time I'm wearing the Ray Hall shirt today because of we're at Mid-Ohio, and I wanted to.
I thought that was your Danica shirt.
No, but this was Bobby Rahals when
Buddy Rice
won.
Okay.
Yeah, Buddy Rice was a winner. He won the 500. And, you know, Ray Hall Letterman, a great team, and I like Bobby Rahal. I think he's doing a lot of good things this year. Damn near won the Indianapolis 500. Okay. With that being said, big shout out to the Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan outfit.
Okay.
And good luck this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad to be back in Mid-Ohio.
But anyway, for John McClellan, I'm George Phillips, and John, let's get back here sooner next time. But I'm George Phillips with LowPressure.com. Thanks for watching.
See ya.